Well, we're back.
We are back.
4?
Episode 4, everyone.
Yeah.
Of Get Pickled.
So what are we talking about, Max?
Yeah. Well, hey, Hugh. I can't even say like hi.
No.
How you doing?
No.
Wow, straight to business.
How's it been? What's been going on? It's been a little bit.
It's been a week.
While, yeah.
Come on. I know you had some fun. You were incarcerated.
Yes. Not
you said
quite
yes.
incarcerated.
Nope, you said yes.
Yeah. No, so I was part of a group that so Arlington Pickleball Club worked with the Arlington County Detention Center. I think that's the official name for it. And a group went to the detention center in Arlington County and did 2 days worth of pickleball clinics and a couple of round robins. So that was interesting.
How was that?
I mean, I did the second day. I didn't do the first day. The club members did kind of clinics with people. They did. I think some people who were in the detention center were somewhat familiar with pickleball, but then there are others who just didn't know at all whatsoever. And so the first day was helpful in that respect. Second day, when I went to the I don't know what PC stands for. 11 PC. Well, it was all men, and we ended up getting a group of 6 men who wanted to play pickleball, and it was like you would get into just an open play. Half of them really wanted to be there and really wanted to play pickleball.
Yeah.
The other half, not so much. They were just kind of there. What's interesting was, getting to, because it was on the 11th floor, everything had to be double secure.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring in anything, not even my paddle, not even bag balls. Luckily, David and 11624 provided all the paddles for the teams.
From what I heard, they're using wooden paddles that broke. So
yes,
had to get them something.
They were using basic equipment, but we ended up, like I said, going through double doors, making sure one door closes before you open the other one, all that kind of stuff. And so we ended up, the group I was part of, playing what I think is both the basketball court and like the weight room and all that, because all the weights were pushed to the side. And the team taped down a rough pickleball court. It was probably a foot shorter than it should have been. The kitchen was 6 feet versus 7, so close enough.
Yeah, that makes the game more fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever played with a shorter kitchen? It's a lot of fun.
No.
It's tough.
It's
It's tough to get used to.
Well,
My serve kept on going out because the line was a foot both sides, right? So you're like a little closer to the net, and the other side is a little closer too. So it's a total of 2 feet. But yeah, it is different with the shorter kitchen.
Yeah, but the shorter kitchen's interesting because when you hit your dinks, right, you have to really hit them shallow, not too high, because people can reach in and
yeah. So
that's true.
This court, there was maybe a foot on each side of the net, so ATP was nowhere to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh no, you could do it.
In this, you aren't even thinking about ATP in this scenario because, like I said, half these people had never really played. They're just kind of there. The other half really want to, but it was interesting. I mean, like I said, there was one team who they were really into it. After the first game, there's like, we want to learn more.
Wow.
Because they were just kind of hitting, and so everything was popping up like 5-6 feet over the net.
Yeah.
And I told one guy who was really into it, I said, if it comes 5-6, just turn your body and slam that sucker.
Yeah.
And from there on in, he just kept on slamming it. But no, it was fun to see, and there are interesting dynamics. We did the coaching and reffing. We decided not to play against them because I mean it was probably better for the best that
I wouldn't have held back.
Well, it's a good activity for them to
good activity.
get out and do something, learn something new, and
it is
and play. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I think it's a social. At the end, there were a couple of guys who started asking, where can I play in Arlington? Is it just drop in? Can I just show up? So I think there will be at least a couple people who will be looking out for it. And then I found out, I did my own research. There's a guy who he's been doing this for years, doing pickleball clinics in prisons, and he's working with a guy to put together like a documentary about this. So they're working on that right now, and
You're saying in prisons around the country,
prison around
not
the
just
country.
okay.
Yeah. So actually, he started out in California,
Makes sense.
I think, and so the documentary is supposed to be about his. It centers around his efforts. I looked at it before we started this podcast. He doesn't have a specific timeline right now, but it seems like it is. It's an interesting thing because he was, and like I said, the guys that I played with, they just really enjoyed just doing something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's awesome.
that's good.
So
That is.
So
No,
Max,
I mean,
I think you are interested. Well, I think we're going to be doing it again in a couple months.
Yeah.
So
if I'm free, I'm definitely down.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really fun.
that'd be cool. What have you been up to, Max?
Oh, I've been busy. I actually haven't played in a minute. I've been gone. I was in Oregon for a little bit for an engagement party, and just busy with work. I mean, it's sad to say I haven't been able to play too much, but don't worry, I'm still buying paddles. Still buying and trying.
You
some
buy
paddles.
more paddles than anyone I know outside of me.
I was about to say there's some people. No, I've
you
gotten
bought one
better.
today.
I did.
We won't mention
No.
the brand or anything.
Yeah, you can. What'd you buy today?
No, yeah, the new gearbox. It's the Ultimate Pro, I think they're calling it. The Ultimate.
I have no idea.
Ultimate gearbox.
I
Whatever.
can't keep
The
track
new
of the
gearbox.
names.
Yeah, really curious about that one.
And everyone gives me a hard time for names, but
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no, I've gotten better with buying paddles. I really have.
yeah.
Better in terms
have.
of not as many.
Not buying like 5 or 6 a month.
okay.
Yes, because it was pretty bad for a while. So now I am slowing down. I'm loving the Monarchs. I'm loving the Pro XR sweet spots. I think those are fun. Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on the horse this week. I'm gonna play with some of the 14 millimeter Monarchs. I'm really excited about that. I think I'm gonna really like those. So yeah, that's
What
about
about
it.
you, David?
Yeah. What about you, David?
Went to the Beer City Open.
Yeah.
Was cruising, then tied 12-12 with a guy who was like, I think he's like 16 years old or 15, much faster than I was. It was 12-12 and slid into the fence in between gate posts and my shoulder, and that was kind of it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, have you
ended
figured
up
out?
losing 15-12, but I was right there, and he ended up getting second, and I beat the third place guy in the first round, second round. So I was right there. I was cruising, and I was doing well, and getting there. It was a bummer. And then in the back draw, I lost by a lot because I just couldn't hit anything with my shoulder.
Yeah.
So
Shoulder's out of socket. So I'm trying.
yeah.
So did you figure out shoulder, ribs, something?
Well, it was my AC joint, and then I think it was my ribs because it hurt to breathe. So, and that went on it came up like 3 or 4 days after, and every time I bruised my ribs or cracked them, that's what's happened. So finally getting better. Still not there, but I can play doubles, just not singles right now. So, and that's okay. And I've just been busy shipping paddles, getting ready to move, doing all that.
Yeah.
So dealing with trying to get the Monarch 16 millimeter approved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hoping during the podcast, actually, that comes
keep
through.
checking their
I've been waiting. Yeah.
Is that how they notify you? Just like an email?
Yeah, it's an email. Usually I find out from the Discord, actually. My phone will start blowing up.
You find out from the Discord before
because
you
it'll
find
be on
out
the
from-
list.
Mentions on the list, and all of a sudden people start posting the channel. When can I buy it? When can I do this? What is this? That's what the alpha. So, yeah. But that's fine with me because my phone blows up. I know it's been approved.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know. I really hope that does happen soon because they are.
Yeah, just moving a little slow. They got a lot going on. I'm trying to give them a chance, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hope so. I like that one. So I'm really.
Well, it should. I mean, it's just the first go was just 1 point was 10% over, which was autofill, which pre-April that would have passed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on there. We have the new coefficient restitution rules coming in Q4 this year, supposedly. We'll see. We got an email about it, and they asked us for some feedback on it, and I gave mine, and they're asking us, what do you think the most powerful paddle, or where should the power line be right now? What do you think that paddle on the market is? And then what do you think your most powerful paddle is? Which was interesting.
So is this the first time they've actually contacted like paddle companies, like asking for their feedback?
Or just like
with
open
stuff
feedback
like this?
or company feedback?
Feedback from manufacturers.
Okay.
From a straight,
So anyone who's signed up as a manufacturer right now, and that could be actual manufacturer. Like I know someone in the U.S. who manufactures paddles, even though they don't sell them directly, they're signed up as a manufacturer, which is interesting. Maybe they plan to sell paddles, maybe not.
They just like a lot of paddles.
Yeah, there's consultants who are signed up.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of different things. So anyone who's basically signed up as a manufacturer and you pay to do that, You can't just go sign up.
Yeah.
But yeah, since I've been part of the program for about just over a year now, this is the first time they really have asked for specific feedback. They asked for feedback with the rules with the grit change back in, what was that, April, when that came out in February. And apparently no one gave feedback. I didn't. I should have.
Yeah.
But, you're just like, whatever. And my paddles will still pass. And almost all of them have, except for the one.
Yeah.
So we'll see where they draw the line and what everyone thinks is most powerful. Because I was pretty good about it. And I said, like, the new paddle tech should probably be the line. As the most powerful paddle, anything over that is probably too much.
Yeah.
And then my most powerful paddle, I think I said the Alpha. I have no idea if it is, but it doesn't hit much hard. It hits a little harder than the Control Plus Hirachi X, but it's not. It's one step below the paddle techs. But I think that's where they should draw the line. Are those maybe a little too powerful? Maybe, but
it's hard to actually like draw a line.
Yeah,
it is.
But I think that's, if we want to keep power paddles, we should be able to keep some of them. I think. Yeah, that's where the line should probably be.
Yeah.
So you said this feedback approach is a little bit different. Do you think it's because of the recent controversies, or will this be?
I don't know. I like that they're getting us involved. How they take that feedback and what they do with it, I have no idea.
If they do anything with it,
I hope they use something, right? I would like to see USAP continue to be the main governing body of the sport. I don't necessarily want to see the UPA, the for-profit company who runs the PPA, who's part of the PPA, run everything, right? I don't think that'll end up happening, nor do I want to pay their fee. I mean, everyone's going to be forced to. You won't really have a choice, which I don't like. But they are coming out with more. It's going to be harder to. We don't know the details yet, but it's going to be harder to get signed up as a manufacturer. It's going to be more compliance testing, and other things that are coming in with paddles, like taking X-rays. And
that's wild.
Increased cost for
X-rays.
Well, no, they should, and this would have solved the Yola issue right away, right?
It's true.
Because they would have taken an X-ray, seen it was different, and said, no, this isn't approved. So they're heading in the right direction. I just wish. I know with regulation, it's really hard, right, in any industry,
of course,
to get it right and to move fast, because you have to keep. You can't just ban everything and say, and put people out of business. So this happened in swimming when I was a swimmer in high school in 2008. They had those suits in the Olympics. Remember when Michael Phelps won the most gold? Yes, that was developed with NASA and Speedo and all that. And I had one, and they were awesome. But they were a little.
They're too awesome.
Yes, but then they said these are good until this year, and then they're done.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to grandfather old paddles in or what's going to happen. They haven't said. But I know anything moving forward is going to have to meet the new coefficient restitution, and then all new paddles will have X-rays and things, which is heading in the right direction. So I just hope they figure out the grit issue. And what I mean by that is raise the limits to where UPA has them and everyone else, because no one has complained about spin since the carbon issue, last spring. And it's not an issue. Where the paddles are now, 90% of paddles that I test from the market fail. So there's no issue. Why not just raise the limit, right? That's going to make it easier on them, easier on the manufacturers, and better for everyone at the end of the day. Less work for them, and they can focus on the people who may actually cheat, right? And send in things that are different than what they put out, or things like that. So it's just interesting. So I hope they get it right, and I hope they take our feedback and take more feedback, and really they continue, and then the communication improves, because that's another part that's kind of lacking. And that's all. I mean that in a good way. It's constructive feedback, not as criticism.
Yeah. Do you think I'll call it slower reaction to, or slower development of guidelines is maybe just a slow reaction to the popularity of the sport, right? Because 4 years ago, I mean, I wasn't part of this.
3 years ago, you were playing with the Z5.
Yeah.
No one's worried about a Z5.
That's what I mean, right? So
I don't know. They came out with the Z7.
Z7.
Do they really have a Z7?
They have a Z7. I really want to buy one.
All right, I'm gonna buy one.
Wait,
to
I thought you just said you weren't buying paddles.
This one doesn't count.
Okay. But what I'm saying is
there's
Z5,
a Z7,
right? 3 or 4 years ago, Z5, but as the sport gained in popularity, manufacturers really wanted to pump out, but maybe the governing body couldn't keep up.
This happened in every sport. Well, I think it's a matter of growth, right? So they're a small organization, and as the sport grows, right, you struggle to catch up. I had the same problem in the spring with myself, right? I couldn't keep inventory in stock because I was growing, and it's growing pains. But there is a point where it's like you have to say, okay, it's time to move faster. It's time to hire some people. It's time to do this. And I think they're getting there.
Yeah.
They seem to be heading in the right direction. and I hope they continue to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can hope.
Yeah.
I mean, because
it's good for the sport to have an independent body, and they truly do care about growing the game. I just think some of the things they need to relax on, and some things they need to be more strict on. And they are with the X-rays and other things, but with the grit and stuff, they need to loosen up those rules. And maybe some of the materials, right? If you look at the paddles we use now, most people last, 3 months to 6 months. I mean, you always find those people at the court with the smoothest glass paddle that don't care and they're there to have fun. I love those. Are my favorite. But because it's easy to sell them a paddle.
True.
I'm kidding.
You're kidding, but you're not.
No, I mean, hey, it's true.
No, but like that's.
Well, I also know people who, if you go into open play, you kind of judge a player based off of how
I've learned never to judge anyone.
I don't do that, but there are people who...
No, I don't judge anyone. But if
well,
you look at all the...
like skill, not judge like...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you go to open play and you have the rack, and it's, the ones that we have at our courts have the 4 slits for, in like the color, for the teams. I mean, you're gonna be looking for which paddles, like, are which ones are going
play with a wooden paddle.
I might do that in Hilton Head.
Will you
just come in and be a ringer at the round robins? Yeah. I've always wanted to do that. I'm almost there. But
well, I mean, we were talking about.
I'm going to play with my little trainer paddle.
Well,
though.
We were talking before we started recording in open play, right? We all have the option when we go to open play, but around here sometimes open play is really busy. Yeah. And you could wait 30, 40 minutes between games.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to. I try to be selective. If I'm going to wait 30, 40 minutes, that one game I'm going to play, I'd like to make sure it's a good game. So
yeah,
I get it. That's tricky.
It is tricky,
but no,
it's a balance. Like you said, it's tricky.
It is. Well, that's why you just get your own group and book a court and go play for 2 hours.
Different. Mm-hmm.
That's the point I'm at now. Yeah. I don't mind going open play. I like it. I like meeting people. I like playing different people.
It's a different expectation, though.
Oh yeah, I go in to have fun.
It is like whenever I go to like certain open plays, or I guess really if I'm going just to a public court. It's whenever I do it now, if I don't have like a group of 4, it's to try a new paddle, or to play lefty. I'm still trying.
I want to start doing that. Yeah, I think we should. I'm bummed I'm moving. I would start a lefty. We should start a lefty duper account and like play lefty for like an hour once a week. And
but like
that would be fun.
You can still do your lefty.
But like
Hilton Head,
can you actually do a?
I would have to go down quite a few courts. I mean, maybe one day I'll challenge myself.
Do it. No, but like with duper, like, can you actually legit start a lefty duper?
Yeah, there's ways to start
without like getting in trouble with
people with multiple duper accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this based off your email or something?
Yeah, but you know, so there's a trick with email, and this is a little bit off topic. But
it is wrong.
If you go your email and then you do a plus sign and put a number, it goes to your normal email, but it's a separate email in their system.
All right, tech guy. All right.
Yeah. That's what you learn come from the tech world. But I do that all the time. If you need to have a separate sign up, but you want to use the same email, just put a +1, +2, +24, +11, 6, 24.
I was about to say, there you go.
Yeah. So let's bring us back to the topic.
Yes.
We were talking about
longer lasting paddles. We went way off course.
Yeah. Well,
what I was saying, if you look at like how much waste goes in, that's something I wish I'd do the material or change the materials rules for. Because if we could have a longer lasting service that lasts a year, and then, people can play the paddles longer, that's better. But anyways,
maybe Max buy fewer paddles. Maybe.
No. That'll never change.
But also, too, the population of players, the ones that are actually going to be replacing because their grit's not there, they want the extra spin, is what percentage of the pickleball population do we think?
Yeah, but it's still a good amount. Because if you look at
they're the ones buying,
so they have to
fueling the economy, so to speak, of paddles, right? The ones that
people always buy new things. There's people buy new tennis rackets every year.
Yeah.
And tennis racket technology has not changed in 15 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I can hit my one from 2006 and my one I just bought this year. We're roughly the same. They feel a little different. They're different rackets.
Mm-hmm.
And the string patterns have changed a little bit, and they cup the ball a little differently. But like in the last 10 years, nothing has changed. Most of the pros use rackets from 20 years ago. They've been using forever, just different paint jobs.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's like Ben Johns. He uses
true.
He used a Gen 3 with a paint job, supposedly.
Supposedly.
No, I know. I walked past his testing paddles at PPA Atlanta. I walked somewhere I wasn't, and I was like, "Oh, we should take one." I did not. I would never do that.
So, but allegedly,
I thought about it. I was like, "Oh, we should really see what's in here and solve the debate."
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So Max, something you asked, something we could talk about is what we all carry in our bags.
Yes, but before that.
Okay. I'm trying to shift us here, but
no, we are going to shift. Wait, David, check the email.
Yeah, I have to check.
Nothing.
Nope. I got my USA Pickleball July member newsletter.
Okay.
But I did not get any
Wait,
test
I
results.
think I need to renew mine.
But do you? If you don't play in tournaments that are sanctioned, you don't have to renew it.
But I kind of want to start. Anyway,
Let's try to stay on track.
We have got to talk about one thing.
What's that?
And the Discord's been talking about it. Other people have been talking about it.
Oh, jeez.
Is the pickleball video game?
Oh, I don't think there's anything to talk about.
Y'all haven't played it, right?
haven't played it.
But I
Have
saw
you?
a video and I felt
have
like I
it.
was back in 1999 when I was a child and we were playing on Crash Bandicoot on Sega Dreamcast. That is exactly what it looked
So
like.
I bought it because I had to.
Well, you bought it, but you haven't played it yet.
Oh no, I played it.
Oh, you.
I mean, I love video games. That's
yeah.
I have big
The
system
UX
and everything.
Not the UX. The screen looked
Literally,
weird.
it's from PlayStation 1
Yeah, no,
or
it's-
Nintendo
so
64
pretty
GoldenEye.
It's kind of
much-
like
What everyone has
Yeah.
been saying on the Discord
Yeah.
and everything is 100% right. It is. Part of me is like, we have a pickleball video game. That's cool.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a starting point.
No, it's not cool. When
No,
it's like
but I
that,
mean,
it's
No,
not
no, no,
cool.
no, no. But
when we're in this
we've made
technology
it
of
to the
graphics,
point where we
no.
actually have a pickleball video game. I think that's
No,
Okay,
but
I
you
will-
know they did this again. This is the PPA and the UPA or whoever made it did this for the wrong reasons. They did it because they're hoping that some big company picks it up, right, and grows the sport. They should have put that money into developing and fixing all of their issues that they have now versus making a video game that should have been made or looks like it was made in 2000.
no. So I agree
He's
with.
talking about, and I think I think you're saying the sport it's shows
grown
a sign.
enough
It's a sign
to
that the sport's grown
this
enough.
point.
No,
Then
but I don't. I
I
think
get
that
what
they
you're
forced this. I don't think that it's grown enough to have a video game. I don't think we're there yet. Look at viewership. People aren't going to go
But
play.
you know, there's games
unless you
for-
made it like a Wii tennis like game, right, where everyone can play and say, "Oh, this is fun."
Yeah.
Well, because
That's not what they did.
there is a game like Pickleball Smash for the Nintendo Switch. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
it as
there
well.
is,
It's
yeah.
awful. It's like a little kid game.
Hey, no,
Um,
there's nothing that Max doesn't have.
Okay, I like pickleball. My two biggest hobbies are pickleball and I love video games. So it's like, come on. When that comes out, I gotta, join it. But my thing is, the game that came out, it's $50. That is a huge problem.
Well,
With-
it should be. It shouldn't. They should pay you to play that game. I'm sorry, it's that bad.
No, it's pretty bad.
They should pay you.
It's
Every
pretty bad.
time you play
I
that
haven't
game.
played it. I've seen people.
It
play
is a
it.
$15,
looks-
maybe $20 game.
No,
at
it's not even
most.
worth that.
You're
No,
saying it should
it
be.
is.
You're
So-
saying it should be included with
Look,
the console
look.
when you buy it, right?
No, they should take a discount off your console. That's how bad
They
it is.
should.
And I'm not kidding. That's not even a hot take.
No,
That's
but
a true
you have
take.
But look, with the game, you get to create your own character, and there's a lot of custom. I was shocked about the customization you can do with your character in that game. It was actually like
Who cares if you can customize your
I get
character
it.
if they can't even hit the ball?
I get it, but
like you literally,
just
they go
coming
up and they
from
hit
a
the ball
point-
and the ball's
it
over
is.
here.
It is.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
It is.
I've seen all the videos.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
So bad.
Anna Lee is a rugby player in that game.
Really?
She's like 6'4", 220. Like she is built, ready to
So
go.
she looks like a
She's on the
Sabalenka,
Olympic
kinda?
team.
Yeah.
Like, believe me, yeah. And the whole concept of the game is not great. Singles is the only one that might be like, if you're going to play, do the singles one. Doubles is awful.
So if you haven't caught on to this,
I'm
yet, no
telling
matter
you,
what
though,
you say, David's not.
I know, but
No, they
as someone
they
who's
messed
played
up.
it, though, no, 100%, 100%.
no. If you were a startup and you put this out, you would get crucified.
What do you mean startup? From like a
Like any type of
like
software
any
that
sort of,
was
a small,
like
but
garbage
he's
like
saying
this.
That PPA and because they have a little bit of reputation equity, so to speak.
Eh,
Well, more than a startup. They're
well,
not gonna
how much money do you think went into this? I have no idea.
probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop a game or millions. I have to talk. I have a friend who's a game developer. I could
That's
ask
what.
him.
See, I was
But-
wondering if it was like
But
if it is
either way,
millions.
They,
or
David's
not.
saying it's not
contracted.
enough.
They did contract it out.
So, and I looked at the company that actually made the game. They have actually created a lot of games, like
Again,
a cornhole game,
I don't know that
bowling games.
I haven't seen their games. I don't know if they're good or not. And if you're saying they're good,
No. I don't know if they're good.
No.
I just know they've made. I went to like on Steam. I went to like the creators of
games,
it, and I
yeah.
looked at like what else, and they do a lot of lower, maybe
again,
budget.
I don't think this is on the
but
company.
other type of games
The
that are
fact-
not as popular.
that the PPA put this out
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I
as
agree.
a 10% baked product. I don't even know if I'd call it that.
Yeah.
is terrible, and that makes him look bad.
So if you all haven't caught on to this, David is not a fan of the game.
I've played about 2 hours, and I'm
I
not
don't
playing
want
it
to beat
again,
the dead
but-
horse.
Yeah.
But they should have put that into growing the story around the
could
sport and
I
the story around
could
the
see that.
athletes.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's
don't
how you grow the
disagree with
game
you. I don't
outside of a video game that no one's going to play.
Yeah. So,
But-
all right. So
Or
now you
wait
know.
for
So
VR.
you know the hot take now. So let's
Anyways,
move on.
Yes.
Just saying. I mean that. Okay, now,
you
but
haven't-
you all will play it.
If you haven't,
I'm just saying.
picked up on
I'm
what
bringing
David's
it.
dropping.
I'm bringing my laptop next time, and you guys
No.
are going to play it.
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes. I'm gluing your hands on it, and you are going to
All
play
right,
it.
Maxwell. I am now
Yes.
saying let's shift topic.
Yes.
It's very clear where David falls on the game.
I'm not changing my mind on this
No,
one.
and look, and I agree.
David, Maxwell,
I
what's
agree.
in your bag?
Like, I'm not saying
What's
it's
in your
good at
bag?
all.
All right, we moving on to the bag.
What's in your bag?
Let's talk about MLP this weekend, or no? Just move to what's in the bag. Or you all didn't
As
watch?
long as
Let's go. Let's
MLP
move
is
to
short,
the bag.
we can do what's in your bag.
No, well, let's do
Yeah.
what's in the bag.
All right, what's in your bag?
So in my bag, you're talking about like just for rec play or a tournament, or
Either one. Take your pick.
let's see. So rec play. Let's just do that. So
Yeah.
I'm going out to play. I usually bring like 6 to 8 paddles, so people can try, or I can try different things and switch my own, other companies, prototypes, whatever. Then we have some balls. Probably bring like 5 or 6 Vulcan balls. That's all I have right now. I got a big box up there. They have overgrips, liquid IV, Motrin, Aleve, because I'm an old man, an extra pair of shoes, extra pair of socks. Because once my feet get wet, like if it rains and then dries, no.
Brutal.
That's why I got to have extra socks and shoes. Usually an extra shirt to change before you get in the
Big bag.
car. A towel. My bag's pretty big. It fits a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have that bag yet, so I don't
And
know.
then,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Usually just have maybe a phone charger and other random things just in case, a GoPro if I want to film anything. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same on tournament day. Maybe some more Gatorades or something, or liquid IV on a tournament day. But besides that,
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
All right, Max.
Yeah,
What about
that
you?
sounds about right. Yeah, so for rec play, I mean, my bag is always filled with a lot of things. So paddle wise, recently, 2-3 paddles.
That's it?
Recently, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm getting better.
I remember the days we show up at the court with like 40 paddles.
Right?
We'd have stacks
We
next
have
to the net.
stacks of them. No. So it's pretty much right now. Yeah, it's 2-3 paddles. For me right now, like I said earlier, it's pretty much the Monarchs, and I'll throw like a Pro XR in there. So for me, I have to have like towels. I use it for not only like my face, but also like my hands. So I've been starting to play with a towel actually in my waistband. If it gets really hot in there and stuff, and it's a game changer. It's now like if I don't have it, I feel kind of naked. I'll go for it. But also, I also do have a change of clothes too. I have socks and a shirt. I usually have a couple shirts in there just so I don't have to remember to put another one in and all that stuff. But I also have a full bag of not only like sunscreen, I have bug repellent. I have
Fog-proof stuff for your glasses.
Yep, I have those little drops.
Come in clutch.
Yes, that it was really big during COVID. With
The wipes?
with the mask. So yeah, it's like the wipes that make your glasses, but it's just like a dropper, which comes in clutch.
Especially when it's humid and hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then what else? I mean, of course, my shoes and stuff. I always have snacks too. Jerky is my go-to. I'll just have a little thing of jerky if I'm feeling a little like maybe blood sugar's low. Eat some of that. And then some like liquid IV type packs. I really like the Element ones. Been really liking those. But my one thing that I have been using probably for like 2 months now that I'm obsessed with, that it's going to be in my bag at all times, is my Climbers. What's it called? Like anti-sweat lotion. It's like rock climbers
Oh, is
use
that
it and
thing
such. It's like
You
the.
gave me during the.
I think it's just a little drop, and because I sweat a lot in my hands and kind of like in my eyebrows. So another thing is I always wear like the bandanas too. That because I sweat a lot right up there, but that anti-sweat lotion for the hands, oh my gosh, game changer. It works really well for me, and I completely notice a difference. So if anyone is out there that you do tend to sweat in your hands a lot, look it up. There's a lot of stuff on Amazon too, like climbing lotion, anti-slip, whatever it might be. So I've been really loving that. Yeah, so I think that's about mine. I usually, actually, funny enough, I don't carry balls a lot.
Yeah, because we
we do.
Well, because other people do, and if I do, I always forget. So like I just
I mean, I forget them
So,
all the time.
That's
yeah.
why you buy the Vulcan balls. They break after
See,
about
or I
like
let someone I
7 or
know
8 games,
buy
and then
some.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So
Which
I'm just
I do like the new ones, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I did buy those game up one, the little silent ones, but yeah, in terms of balls, funny enough, I usually don't have them. In my
Yeah,
bag.
because we give them to you.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Well, what about you, Hugh?
Well, so balls. So
There we go.
usually it's the cell card lately.
the S ones?
Yeah, the S ones, and then
We don't have to carry one of those. I know a guy who's been playing with the same one for 3 months. Every singles game, he pulls it out, and I'm like,
well,
no.
I usually
an
carry
egg?
2 or 3 because it ends up going.
good.
It's good. So wow.
Either because I forget it, and so I need another one at some point.
Yeah.
So it's not because they break; it's just because either I forget it or someone else needs another one. So from a paddle perspective, I think I only carry 3 now in the bag, and 2 of them are 11.624s, and one's the Vanguard Control. So I go between those. Overgrips, bunch of overgrips, and
Oh yes.
I've got
Yep.
the brand I'm using lately. So I used to use a lot of electrical tape
Yep.
to protect the paddle on the edge.
Yep.
But I've been using Fourth.
Oh, yeah, those
edge.
look cool.
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Heavy.
They are heavy.
They're heavy.
But
Yeah, it's
they,
like adding tungsten tape all the way around.
Yeah.
almost.
yeah. So I think for me at least, the electrical tape, what I find is if you do end up like really hitting the cord or whatever hard, electrical tape can only go so far. Your paddle will still scratch. Because the Fourth is thicker, it's like a foam material.
It also goes over the.
and it does.
over
Well,
the
the electric
edge.
tape does go over anyway, the way I do it.
Yeah.
but
You
it's
can
because
make
it is
yeah.
thicker and it's
Oh,
got that
it actually
foam.
protects your paddle.
It does a really
Yeah.
good job.
I do mine
of
more
protecting
just
your
for
paddle.
aesthetics.
I'm
more
too
with-
lazy. I just break my paddles by hitting them on the ground.
Yeah, well, when you've got hundreds of them, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it does.
It adds up.
You look at like, ooh, I took 10 paddles. Oh, there's $1,500.
Yeah, yeah. Max and I are
so
gonna
it
take.
adds up.
Max and I are gonna take 100 pounds.
Yeah,
And every time you come here,
Raid it.
you raid my.
Yeah. Well,
My warehouse.
At least we're gonna try to take the blemished pile. So there you go.
That's what he thinks.
Anyway, so the other things I have. So I have for carbon face paddles. I still have a couple of erasers to clean
Yep.
paddles.
Oh yeah, same.
Which you can use those for Kevlar.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what else do I have? So I've got my glasses, so for safety.
Yep.
And you guys I don't have it usually whites because the glasses I've used now for the past few months, they have like vents in them. So rarely have I had any fogging problems. I think the only fogging problem I had once was when it was like 95% humidity.
Yeah,
And then it just couldn't.
Oh, there's
fight it.
nothing you can do.
There's nothing
then.
you can do
Yeah.
about it. Wipes or not, it couldn't. So the glasses, and then I do have like a Swiss Army knife to like help with like overgrips.
feed
and
off the
stuff.
tennis players.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
And
Protect ourselves.
then what else?
You look
I
like you're
guess-
playing in the video game with it then.
Yeah. When Max isn't
it's
isn't
actually at
playing
the bottom
well,
of
I
his
take-
handle. He's ready
I
to
take
go.
the knife out. Max, you got to play. Let's go.
GTA Pickleball Edition.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it. The basics. I do have some weights, like lead weights.
Yeah, I have that too. Yep.
I have found that I don't play too much with weights on my paddle, but when I feel adventurous, so to speak, I just try out and see if it works or we'll adjust things. But my bag is pretty simple. On a tournament day, I'll throw in snacks or
I have a
whatever.
whole cooler I bring.
Yeah.
Fill it with
Yeah,
ice.
you have to.
I fill it with everything.
Yeah. But that's what I liked about the Beer City Open. There was cold water, like Gatorade, big Gatorade things of everything everywhere.
Yeah.
I
And it was
never went
actually
without.
cold.
They kept filling up with ice,
Nice. Yeah.
so it was just melted ice. It was awesome. 'Cause I've been
Nice.
at tournaments where it's just like, where do I get water?
See, because same. And my first tournament I ever did, it was kind of like that. And I was like, okay, I'm never going to make this mistake again. So I got a huge cooler. I think y'all have seen it. The
I've seen
big
it, yeah.
Icy Breeze.
Yeah, the one
Have you
that's
seen
that's
it?
an AC
Which
unit
has like
as well.
the AC hose.
All right, yeah,
Amazing.
I told you, there's nothing. He doesn't
All right.
have.
yeah, I know. I think we made it through the transition zone now.
When we do a tournament and it's hot, you can't use my AC.
Okay,
All right.
I'll use Hugh's fan.
Yeah. See, so I have a fan. I don't have. An
But
AC.
do you have it's not AC?
I have my own tent I bring. Sometimes.
Anyway,
I-
all right.
but
Last question.
I
kind
love
of
my Icy
lightning
Breeze.
round ish.
Yes.
What?
One accessory not your paddle, that you can't do without?
Ooh. I mean, right now it has to be the glasses. I won't play without glasses, safety glasses now.
Yeah. I think everybody should be wearing glasses.
Yeah. And that's a topic
100%.
for another day. But yeah, I won't play without them. Even when I forget them, I pop the lenses out of my sunglasses and just from my car and wear those.
I've seen people do that because I mean, it makes sense.
Because they don't fog up. And
Yeah,
you can just buy cheap sunglasses on Amazon and pop the lenses out.
For the most part,
The
as
frame
long
is
as
all
you've
you
got glasses. I say that for the most part because I saw a Facebook post and I responded to it. A guy had a lens from sunglasses, but they were only half lenses. So like the lens stopped here. I'm sorry, the frame stopped here.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta have a full frame.
Yeah. So
if you're gonna do that, and make sure the ball doesn't go through the frame.
So the guy was like, "Oh, I wear these for protection," and then every responded
What's the point?
back.
There's no point.
0 point to that because the ball,
unless it hits you like
perfectly on top.
Yeah, or the side
if
where
you're
the
do it. Just wear the glasses.
But anyways, to your point. All right, safety glasses might be too easy of an answer.
Okay, then
safety glasses
over
aside.
grips. I can't. It's hard for me to play without over grips.
True.
Max.
I think I mentioned it before, but it's really that anti-sweat lotion. I mean, I think even too, if it's going to be like, if I'm playing on a beautiful day and I'm not even like sweating, I feel weird that I haven't put it on, kind of a thing. You know, like it's just like kind of like I wouldn't say like a ritual, but it's like, all right, I need to put my headband on. I need to put my lotion on. Yeah. It's just like knowing that it's there. So
for me, it's overgrip. As I've talked about before, I have a death grip, so an overgrip helps. And if I happen to switch to a paddle, trying out your paddles, new paddles, I'm like, this doesn't feel
your grip is like a club.
Oh,
it's huge.
Yeah,
it's not as bad as a club.
Yeah, it's bigger than a baseball bat. It is literally.
It's pretty big.
It's like a club.
Big, don't get me wrong. It's 2 overgrips.
Yeah. It's like one of those putter grips in golf that's like this big.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah,
yes. But it works.
Yeah, whatever works.
To each his or her own.
Yes, whatever floats your boat.
Yes. So.
No, yeah, 100%.
Or whatever.
Yes.
I don't even know what I was going to say there. But some type of pickleball pun that was not going to come out right. And I think we should.
I don't want to get roasted in the comments or something.
That's all right.
We're going to end there.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe we'll get more in 2 comments this week.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got to like, you got to comment. I mean,
Yes.
All right. Good discussion, gentlemen.
Yes. We'll see you maybe next week. I'll bring my stuff to Hilton Head, and if we make it work, we do. If not,
yeah. And then when we're together, I'm bringing the laptop for the video game. All right. Bye, everyone.
Oh, my